This video is designed to help explain the fee structure under which we operate at Peak Financial Planning. So first I'm going to share the fees themselves with you. After sharing the fees, I'm going to include an explanation of why I believe our fee structure to be both moral and in the best interest of the clients we serve. So at Peak FP, all new relationships must begin with a 4-month financial planning engagement. That 4-month engagement costs a flat fee that ranges from $5,000 to $12,000. That flat fee is broken into two components. The first is a retainer for 50% or 1/2 of the engagement fee. For example, for a $5,000 engagement, the retainer would be $2,500. For a $12,000 engagement, the retainer would be $6,000. Because we're committed to taking 4 or fewer clients per month at Peak Financial Planning, that retainer secures your engagement start date and is due upon signing a working agreement. The remaining 50% or half of the balance of the flat fee would be paid in 4 monthly installments ranging from $625 to $1,500 each month for 4 months. In exchange for that flat fee, we provide a proprietary financial planning experience, and we operate as your fiduciary on retainer for 4 months. And if you'd like more detail about our 4-month financial planning engagements, the process, the deliverables, I encourage you to watch the short video at the top of the financial planning page or the consultation page of our website. In addition to financial planning services, we do also offer wealth management relationships for those who are looking for that service. Now, you should know that financial planning clients are not required to form a wealth management relationship with our firm. Quite the opposite. All wealth management relationships have to begin with our 4-month financial planning process. If you do want to continue with an ongoing financial planning relationship beyond the 4-month engagement, then yes, this would be required to be done through an assets under management relationship according to the fee schedule on the fees page of our website. If you choose to engage our firm in a wealth management relationship during the course of the financial planning engagement, then any remaining financial planning installment payments would be halted and replaced with the asset management fee. So for example, if at the end of the 3rd month of a $5,000 engagement, a wealth management relationship was formed, the remaining installment balance of $625, which is the final month's installment, would be canceled and instead replaced with an AUM fee so that we would not be double dipping. All financial planning activities would continue into perpetuity under the new wealth management relationship. So those are our fees. Now, I've done a longer podcast episode that I'll link to on the fees page of our website that details more of me thinking through what the appropriate fee structure for a financial planning and wealth management practice actually is. But I'm going to give the abridged version of that here for those of you that are interested. The proper fee structure is obviously a critical component of the planner-client relationship. Now, I personally have a fundamental belief that the financial services industry as a whole has a vested interest in scaring you out of drawing income from your investments, but also scaring you into retiring later than you would need to. And this is because as long as you keep working longer and don't draw down your assets, brokerage companies have a guaranteed embedded growth mechanism by charging fees on your ever-growing, untouched, or minimally touched pool of savings. Now, I say all that as someone who owns and runs a wealth management business. And that said, I obviously still believe there's a place for an assets under management relationship because we offer that service. I just don't think that it should be required, and I don't think it should be the first step in any financial advisory process. And I also think it must be disclosed that it creates an incentive for you to retire later and draw less from your assets so that we can combat that incentive. If we don't talk about it, we won't combat it. To me, beginning with an AUM relationship would be like hiring a new employee and then giving them their annual bonus on the first day on the job, right? The incentive structure would just be completely inverse of the way it should be. I personally believe that financial planning and wealth management should be thought of as distinctly separate services and should be contractually independent of one another, as well as fee independent of one another. I believe that all relationships should begin with a paid financial planning relationship. And I'm specific to say a paid relationship because I believe that a free relationship is never appropriate because nothing is ever truly free. If it's free, it's only free for one of two reasons. The first is because the provider knows that the quality will be bad and the risk you take on as a consumer would be so high that the service can only be sold for free. The second reason would be because the provider knows they will make up for the cost of that quote unquote free effort on the back end in ways that to you as a consumer are not obvious up front. And that's why at Peak Financial Planning, we charge a flat financial planning fee that does not require a wealth management relationship. This means that the financial plan has a transparent price, attached to specific deliverables and specific timelines with no attachment to a future investment management relationship. This reduces conflicts of interest. We as planners need to quote a fair and appropriate fee to deliver a plan to you, knowing that you as a consumer may not continue to work with us beyond our 4-month engagement. And you as a consumer know exactly what you will pay and what you will receive in return. And frankly, it better be damn good if we're going to charge $5,000 to $12,000. Then, a separate working agreement with a separate fee structure can be engaged in for an investment relationship. If the work of building the financial plan with us proves that we have the expertise, the quality of character, and the competence to solve your key retirement problems, then it may make sense to use us for an investment relationship if you are indeed even seeking an investment relationship. If you are seeking an investment relationship to delegate core investment activities, then yes, an assets under management fee, in my opinion, is the appropriate fee. If you want an investment relationship because you don't want to be responsible for key investment outcomes, then my opinion is we want to avoid discount investment services, because it will inevitably be the case that a discount service will eventually need to reduce their level of service and individual attention as their client base grows. And if you, like me, agree that an investment relationship is a big risk and that we should go through great pains to not only determine if it is warranted, but also to determine who that professional should be, then an AUM fee is actually an exceptionally good partnership model. The advisor can manage their capacity and provide more individualized attention to each client, and the client can sleep well at night knowing that the advisor will not overload their client book in pursuit of discount fee clients. Now, to be clear, just because an investment advisor charges using an AUM fee does not make them a good investment manager or financial planner. But using a process like the one we've built at Peak Financial Planning, where you start a relationship with a paid formal financial planning engagement with no attachment or commitment to an investment relationship, and then using that financial planning relationship to quote unquote try before you buy to qualify the competence, but more importantly, the quality of character of the professional, is, in my opinion, the optimal way to pursue the best financial plan, investment advice, and professional partnership.